Welcome to the SiGMA pitch. And here are the judges. Robert Anderson, CEO at A Crowd, who specialize in developing growth companies in the iGaming and media industry. Morten Klein, founder at Klein Group, who are experts at investment in the iGaming sphere. Susan Breen, partner at Mishcon Innovation Group, with 20 years experience in giving commercial and regulatory advice to the gambling industry. Marcel Tobler, Chief Strategy Officer at the Stadtcasino Baden Group, member of the Board of Directors at Gamanza, and responsible for the Innovation 21 Capital Venture Investments. Tim Heath, founder of the YOLO Group and general partner of YOLO Investments, which draw on his experience across gaming, blockchain, and technology spaces. Simon Collins, Executive Chairman at Backstage Play, brings a wealth of investment knowledge to the pitch and an investment fund that focuses on gaming innovation. Mark Blandford, partner at Burleywood Capital and founder of SportingBet plc, one of the first listed companies in the sector. Anthony Hennessy, co-founder at Exacta Solutions, experienced in headhunting and executive recruitment. David Black, Managing Director EMEA at Continent 8 Technologies, has 20 years experience with the online gaming and technology sectors in various roles from software licensing to data center. Let the pitch begin.
This is SiGMA Pitch, a totally unique setup for SiGMA, bringing startups and investors together. Our next round of applause will actually be for the 10 startups that have made it this far from over 100 applicants. So let's get our startups a little bit warmed up by giving them a nice round of applause. Our very gracious sponsors this afternoon are Continent 8, but also Iggy Kai, a new up-and-coming fund who have committed to invest a very large number indeed into today's winners. I'm talking in the millions here. So these guys are really pitching for their future, just to put a little bit more pressure on them. And that's what we're up for today. Just a reminder to you all, for those of you that haven't seen the format before, 10 presentations for 3 minutes. They will be kept very strictly to 3 minutes. If the presentation isn't finished, it is game over. We will then have 3 minutes of questions from the judges. We'll then probably need 5 minutes to top those scores up, and we will then have a winner. So without any further delay, I would like to welcome Eliza Zanchetta to the stage to represent Wall Street Football.
Okay, so thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Elisa and I'm the Chief Strategy and Operation Officer of Wall Street Football. Let's start from the problem that Wall Street Football is trying to solve. We noticed that the individual football players are much more followed by the followers and fans on social media platforms compared to the football clubs. Taking for example, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has 4 times the followers of Manchester United. So we started from this and we said betting companies do not have the proper offer to address these requirements that are coming from the market. So Wall Street Football is trying to solve this problem. So we created 2 main products that are, first of all, the player props. Player props are the possibility to bet on single element of performance, such as shots on goal, passes, assists. So you have really focus on the football player. And then we have fixed odd bets over on the WSF Performance Index. WSF Performance Index is an aggregation of all the stats of football players. It's like a daily fantasy score. We are a B2B, so our main clients are betting companies, fantasy sports firms. But why Wall Street Football is so special? First of all, we have a great team. Our software developers are coming from the big tech companies of Silicon Valley, and we have great data science team with a university professor that created our algorithm. And second, we have a very ultra-fast technology with zero latency and instant settlement, so it's really fast. You can bet on the action that are happening on the pitch. Third one, we have a very strong partnership with data providers like Optastats Performs that provides our in-value feeds. And then we have a very strong partnership with distributors such as Scientific Games and OpenBets. And fourth, we are really flexible. We have a plug-and-play solution, so we integrate with the operators through an API, and we have a dashboard that traders can use to customize and modify all the bets. We started from football. We are based in Italy, and football is one of the most popular sports. But our focus, our vision is to expand even to other sports such as cricket, basketball, or American football, tennis. We started from betting, but we are already developing even other products such as sports analytics and financial products. Thank you for your attention.
Any questions, guys?
Yeah, my question, you said you're the first B2B supplier, but I'm working with two other B2B suppliers doing player props already. One out of Australia and Sportscast out of the UK. What makes your one different when it's already proven product in the market?
So there are other providers that provides odds, player props odds, but we have an in-venue feeds from Optastats Performs that allow us to update our odds and our platform in 500 milliseconds. So this is a product that they are trying to have, other operators they are trying to have, but we are one of the first.
Thanks very much for the presentation, much appreciated. Mike, just a simple question, who owns the data?
Who is, sorry?
Who owns the data?
Who owns?
Who owns the data? So you say you're tracking the performance of football players, for example?
Yeah,
who owns that performance data?
Okay, we collect, we have both historical and live data. We collect all the data from our providers and we have in our databases, so we can use even for other stats, our sports analytics. We buy we bought our data and they are really expensive. And could be an entry barrier because there are not a lot of providers that can buy this expensive data.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, got 23 seconds left for Eliza. Anyone got a final question? Let's go to Susan Breen.
Sorry, just to follow up on that one. Did you say you have a contract for the provision of that data?
We buy the data.
You're buying it?
We buy the data.
Okay.
Eliza.
There is another question.
I think we're out of time. But thank you very much. Let's have a round of applause, please, for our first startup this afternoon, Wall Street Football. Don't worry, SiGMA Pitch always has a few problems at the start. We'll get there in the end. As long as they put up the next company we're going to represent, or ask their representative to come to the stage and represent Gatika.
Hi, my name is Samuel. I am founder and CTO at Gatika, an MIT-born cybersecurity company that builds self-sovereign identity, also known as SSI. Current authentication architectures force the users to have multiple user accounts and passwords. Businesses, on the other hand, have a lot of sensitive information about the users on their infrastructures, and they become honeypots for hackers. Also, they are spending millions of euros in GDPR and KYC compliance. But everything is changed now. Decentralized technologies provide us, for the first time, a new way of managing our personal information, a single identity for all digital service worldwide. And this is why Gatika comes in. We are empowering the users with an ID wallet to have an instance secure and government gate secure, and passwordless authentication in all that digital services. Our technology also provides a credentials issuance product for all the trusted authorities and a single sign-on authentication tool, for businesses. Why is this relevant now? Because it will be legally mandatory in the next years. Europe is one step ahead. They have recently launched the new Digital Identity Regulation. They call it eIDAS. These regulations will force to the governments to provide an ID wallet in the next years, and some industries will have to accept this authentication method as acceptable. Also, the gaming industry. This is why we are using this kind of European governments and universities to pioneer these use cases. And these organizations are currently trusting on our technology. In just over 2 years, we developed and deployed in governments and universities in 4 countries, gaining several hundred thousand or euros in revenues. Worth highlighting some strategic contracts with national legal entities and a recurring contract with the European Commission to define the technological framework of SSI.
That's it from Samuel and Gatika. Let's have a round of applause, please. Now then, judges, what do we think about that? Who's going to go first? Mr. Mark Blandford.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. When I started looking at the background for your SSI area, I came up with the ESSIF, European Self-Sovereign Identity. Is that complementary to you? Are you working within that framework, or is that some sort of competing body?
Yes, completely. It's working? Yeah. Completely. I am working in the European Commission defining this kind of technologies, this kind of specifications for the rest of the third parties, and we are part of a SIF that you call the SIF department inside EPSI.
Simon Collins.
Hey, a friend of mine's got a business in this sector called Yoti. It's in the UK. I don't know if you've come across it. But do you see many competitors for what you're trying to offer here, or are you very distinctive to them?
There are some competitors in Europe, of course, but we are one of the first blockchain-agnostic, market-ready solution, full stack that are working with the European Commission and are integrated with that technology. So we are one of the first movers in Europe using this kind of technology. Of course, the technology is not mature because we need to wait to the legal framework, but once this eIDAS version 2 has been approved at the end of this year, this technology will be mandatory in the next year.
Chomping at the bit there with a question, so let's go to Robert.
Now, I'd like to understand what your biggest hurdle is in the next few years. What do you see as your biggest challenge?
Yes, in the last 2 years, we deployed this technology in governments. For example, I can say that in the Spanish governments and some universities in Spanish and Europe in some group of universities, and they are using this technology right now. They are piloting the use cases to onboard students on their portal, for example, and the citizens to get a digital certificate to get access to the government services, digital services. So now that is working. Of course, in the past has been some bad news for all these kind of governments. For example, the Argentinian government has a big leak of data the last 2 weeks, I think, and this technology tried to avoid that kind of scandals. In
Samuel, see if you can squeeze one final question in from Morton.
Could you shortly tell me what's your business model for earning money?
Yes, our business model is by subscription. We get a monthly or year subscription for all the third parties, and for users, the wallet is totally free.
Gatika, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Now then, our third act this afternoon. We welcome to the stage our representative from Respo Vision.
Hello everyone, I'm Pavel Osterreicher from Respo Vision, and I would like you to know, or what I would like to start with, is let's put it that way. The sports betting industry has been tremendously successful in adapting to digital first and now mobile first era. But what is lacking, or where do we have areas for improvement, is customer experience, customer engagement. Far too often, it looks like we have taken the reality of brick and mortar and put it in a digital form. There are lots of texts, lots of data, information presented straight to the face of the user. What if it can be changed? What if innovative, creative, data-driven, AI-driven solutions can help change that? And this is what we do. First, we address it by two products. Both are about customer engagement, customer experience. The first product that we call Betting Hints is all about giving punters, sport bettors, reasons, providing them with reasons to bet. The product logic is that we crunch, our machine learning algorithms crunch databases of dozens of years down the line to provide people with informative texts about past occurrences of the events, such as, for instance, Chelsea has drawn last 4 home games, therefore you can bet that Chelsea will gonna draw again. It's all about providing statistical insights, helping customers, helping punters make decisions. Our solution is is very flexible. It can be adjusted to promote particular markets, particular sites of the bets, to hedge against particular exposure risk, etc., etc. The second product is visual. It's about giving punters feeling of a pro trader. It's a 3D live tracker which replaces a very static and standard game trackers and goes live as the game unfolds. Therefore, giving viewers feeling that they are watching the game, they know what's going on in a simplified way. Yeah, of course. This is what you can see behind me. Those skeletons, simple graphical representations. But it's a light touch, it's engaging, and has already been proven to increase user session time and user engagement over 5-fold. The way we do it, the way we acquire this data is actually very nice, because we use advanced computer vision algorithms to harvest the data from TV broadcast. So our algorithms watch the TV broadcast, translate it to data, like huge data files, and then put it up in a visual form, the one you can see. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much from Respo Vision. Judges, Morton, let's start with you.
Yeah, you say this is getting the live data from a TV camera. Is it a problem if it's 10-15 seconds delay on the camera when you're doing live betting?
The way we position our product and the way we see our product is that it enhances the experience. It's not about being able to put live bets, because unfortunately, given the delay of the TV broadcast, it's impossible. TV broadcast delay is itself 8 to 10 seconds. Yeah. So our idea is to make people stay longer at the game event sites, to make them feel engaged, and to make it easier for them to make decisions based on their feeling, on their perception that they know what's going on.
Thank you.
Simon, over to you.
Hi. In terms of your ideal customer, is it someone like LiveScore or is it a Bet365? Who are you pitching this product at?
We have 3 groups of customers. First, operators. So operators use either Betting Hints or Live Tracker. Affiliates can also use that, especially Betting Hints, as a way to increase customer engagement. But the third group is very interesting. We provide the data feeds to sport clubs. So our customers include Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Benfica Lisboa, absolutely top clubs globally, which is a testimony to the quality of our data, to the quality of the 3D positional data that we capture in order to be able to show the visuals.
Mark Blanford.
Hi, a question around the data rights. I'm assuming, taking an English example, that the English Premier League would own data rights to the pictures. So how do you stand in relation to that? Do you have to pay the English Premier League to buy the data? And secondly, are you aware that there is a case pending in the UK by a sort of a class action suit by players who say that they own certain data?
Yes, we are very much aware of that. I would answer this question by saying it's every innovator's dilemma, so to say. We are honestly saying the first to be able to harvest 3D data from sporting events, from TV broadcast. No one else has done that before. So obviously there's no legislation around it. There's no rules and playbooks around this particular use case. The way we interpret it and the legal logic that we follow is that what we do is we don't rebroadcast, we don't retransmit the signal, we turn it into data, Excel file thing, and then build a new product out of it. And therefore it's compliant with similar to the journalist writing a live score on the website. Yeah.
Who's got a short question, Robert?
I don't know if it's short, but the business models that you have depending on customers, operators, affiliates, how do you make money?
Yeah, SAS, monthly fees per league, per service, per operator. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Now then, startup number 4 this afternoon. Let's welcome the Moonbet representative to the stage.
Hello, I'm Jason Lava, the founder and CEO of Moonbet, and we're here to bring community ownership and decentralization to the world of iGaming. We believe that the future is decentralized. That's why Moonbet allows anybody to become the holder and owner of an iGaming platform simply by holding our NBet token, which we've built on the Binance Smart Chain. We've just released Moonbet.io, which is our flagship sportsbook, casino, and esports betting platform, which allows over 150 countries to bet on their favorite games with a wide range of cryptocurrency. In the next stage of our platform, we are now building the Moonbet blockchain, which will allow game developers to create, build, add, and earn from casino games and play-to-earn games that they integrate within our ecosystem. In July, we held our token presale in which we raised $850,000 from over 4,000 community members. Why did they join the Moonbet community? First off, we're giving 50% profit sharing from all the profits generated in the Moonbet ecosystem to the community. This is done directly through the Binance Smart Chain to their wallets, allowing them to receive BUSD stablecoin directly in the wallets in which they hold their Moonbet. Next, our community governance allows them to really feel like they have a say in the project. Although driven by our established team, our community governance allows the community of Moonbet to have a say in the next games we add, the next cryptocurrencies we integrate, and the next exchange we list on. Finally, our community marketing allows for the community to earn more MBET tokens by bringing in more players into the Moonbet community. This lets them grow their portfolio and allow us to drastically reduce our cost per acquisition. Since launching 2 weeks ago, without any marketing spend, we've already brought in 800 new depositing players. Why do they come into Moonbet? First off, we have a provably fair blockchain-based casino. That means that they're able to instantly check the fairness of any spin of roulette or any game of blackjack that they play with the click of a button. Next, we have a premium sportsbook and esports operation in which they're able to bet with a variety of cryptocurrencies. However, unlike the competitors, we're not just focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're really targeting aggressively the hardcore cryptocurrency communities by adding community-driven tokens such as Dogecoin, and we just recently added and became the first casino to accept Shiba Inu, one of the most popular and most publicized cryptocurrencies at the moment. Finally, unlike other decentralized gaming companies, But we really believe that this needs to be run like a true iGaming community. That's why we have a team of 10 people that range from iGaming professionals to blockchain developers, to business administrators, to marketers, to community developers, all working to make this a success for ourselves and for the community.
Thank you very much. Moonbet, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go straight to Tim Heath.
So you're working not with the main cryptocurrencies, top 10, or the other ones. How do you convince the top tier 1 suppliers to work with a shitcoin or a Shiba or a Dodge?
That's a good question.
I struggled.
To be honest, it's really in our hands. The suppliers don't really mind, because at the end of the day, the way that we have it set up is that it's time-stamped and converted into the USD, so any of the liability would be actually on our side, and then we have the opportunity, which we do, to be safe, to convert that into a stable coin, to actually, so from the moment that we accept the coin and accept the bet, we're able to say this was an actual profit in a stable coin.
Marcel.
Thanks for the pitch. There are already decentralized casinos out there. How do you differentiate yourself? What's different?
I think one of the biggest differences is with a lot of the decentralized casinos at the moment, like I said, they don't really have any leadership. It seems to be like a group of people that are somewhat working together, but they don't necessarily have somebody who's a pure marketer or a pure iGaming specialist in that regard. So I think that's one aspect. And I think the other aspect is by giving 50% of the profits to the community, we're really incentivizing the average person who buys into Moonbet to bring in new players, essentially affiliate marketing without having to pay 40% rev share.
Let's go to Morten.
Thank you for your presentation. Are you asking for some money, or do you going to sell tokens?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I'm having
Okay, I can say another. What's your valuation of the company?
Sorry?
What's your valuation of your company?
At the current time, the market cap, if we want to look at the tokens, is just under $15 million.
Okay.
Do we have a final question? Mark Blanford?
You didn't really talk about the technology. Are you running on your own proprietary technology, or are you licensing?
So we have at the moment, because it's impossible to be a fully decentralized, especially in the sportsbook side, we are using BetRadar. So this idea is at the moment more of a proof of concept that we can have a sportsbook, casino, and esports betting platform in which we can make money and use the community to bring players in and also distribute the profits. But in the second phase and the third phase of our project, we are looking to build out our own ecosystem, which includes everything from payment processing to using decentralized APIs for sports data.
Might have a chance for one quick one, Tim.
Where do you buy and trade MBET token?
Sorry?
Where do you buy and trade the MBET token? How can a user get an MBET token?
I can't hear, sorry.
Where do you buy the MBET token?
Oh, sorry. The MBET token is available currently on Bitforex, and I'd like to take this opportunity to announce that we just signed with Bitmart, so we're going to be launching on Bitmart next week, and of course on some decentralized exchanges coming as well.
Perfect timing. Thank you very much. Moonbet, ladies and gentlemen. We reached the halfway point with startup number 5. And we're going to hear now from Rubik Talent. A big warm round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, panel. Good afternoon, audience. I want you to imagine that you're a man or a woman from a diverse background. You're young and you've just graduated from university. You've scored exceptionally well on your exams. You have a STEM degree and you have an interest in technology, but you have no coding experience. Maybe you're the first in your family to attend university. Maybe you're the first generation immigrant family in a new country. You have the smarts and capability to succeed, and you think you have the whole world of opportunities in front of you. You're going to secure that graduate job and show those from previous generations that your dreams can come true. But unfortunately, you start to receive rejection letters. And the common theme is that your application doesn't have the required experience to be a developer and land that career in technology. Now, I want you to remember that this is also a time where at last count there were 1 million tech vacancies in the US. There are a million tech vacancies in the EU, and that number continues to grow every single year. EU venture capital recorded $30 billion of investment in 2019, and the number of unicorns hit 99 in that same year. The tech sector in the last 5 years has grown 1,500%, and the pandemic has only accelerated society's move to digital. Now I want you to tell you the story of Nafisa. She has a fantastic degree, she's immensely capable, and a strong desire to become a technologist. But she has no coding experience or as a developer, and that's the very thing that she wants to become. Yet today, having joined the Rubik Academy, she's a full-stack software developer and Rubik consultant for one of the leading sports books in casinos, FSB Technology. At Rubik Talent, we train the best and the brightest who show us they have the potential to be brilliant. We fill the digital skills gap by providing trainees with 3 pillars of education: professional skills, industry expertise in iGaming, payments, and fintech, and technical education anywhere across the SDLC, including full-stack software development, data engineering, UX, UI, anything you like. We then offer our clients the services of our consultants for up to 24 months with an option to convert them over to permanent thereafter, improving retention rates. Today, I'm pleased to announce we have also signed a strategic partnership with All in Diversity Project to support our growth in the iGaming world. We support our consultants through our industry partnerships to support more women into tech and more individuals from underrepresented groups. Together, we can fill the digital skills gaps and ensure that the iGaming industry continues to grow with exceptional talent.
You just got there. Thank you very much. Let's go to David Black. David, do you have a question?
Yes, indeed. So thanks again for the presentation. Much appreciated. So I'm interested really in 2 questions. One is what type of governmental support might you get, and what sort of customers are you looking to attract?
I'll take it in reverse order. The types of customers we're looking to attract are those who have an inclusive environment and can be from anywhere across iGaming, payments, and fintech. In regards to government investment or government support for us, there are a number of programs in which we're reviewing at the moment, but to be perfectly honest, the government is lacking right across Europe support in this area.
Anthony Hennessy.
Thanks for the presentation. So you say, okay, you're hiring the brightest talent with no coding experience whatsoever. So if they go in and somebody takes them on a 24-month contract, how does it commercially work for yourselves?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sorry. So you're bringing people in that has no coding experience, okay? So hands-on coding experience. So you put in a person that has a good degree, and they have to train them up, and like for 24 months. How does it commercially work for yourselves? Like, what do you charge the client? Does it work on a contract basis? Like, can you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, so our business model is that of a consultancy. Rubik Talent takes all the risk from our customers away. We do not charge for a search selection assessment. We do not charge for our academy experience to our clients, and we do not charge our candidates to join us. We take that risk, and that's the investment we take because of the expertise that we have. On the flip side, we then charge a day rate to our consultants, and we make our money back, our ROI, by them working for us as Rubik consultants over 24 months. Our retention rates after that time are north of 80%.
Thank you. Marcel?
Can you say a few more words about your revenue model and how you charge your clients?
Certainly. So the revenue model is that of a traditional consultancy. It's not different necessarily than an Ernst & Young or a Deloitte, but we're nimble and we're focused on a very specific problem, which is the grassroots investment in young people into technology and the iGaming and payments and fintechs companies' ability to invest in young people to fill the problem.
You might squeeze one final one in from Susan.
Marcel got there before me. I think.
How many people have been trained?
To date, we've done one program over the course of the summer for FSB Technology. We have 4 consultants working on site. They were on the slide. and they're doing both front-end development, back-end development, and application support.
So 4.
Thank you very much. That completes startup number 5 this afternoon. We move into the second half of the program with startup number 6, who will come to the stage, and we welcome Noto.
Hi guys, my name is Svetlin and I am the co-founder of a company called Notolytics, or Noto for short. Basically what we do for our clients is we solve a number of different use cases when it comes to tackling fraud prevention, AML challenges, PSD2 challenges and responsible gambling challenges. Back in the day when we were building the company, we realized that as long as we have the financial data of the clients and their personal data, this means that we can take care of all those different challenges all at once. So, among our clients right now, we can count for sure some of the, we have clients in a lot of different business verticals. We have a couple of international banks, also a couple of local banks from back in Bulgaria where we are based. We have fintech companies like MyPOS and SumUp and issuers, acquirers. We have payment processors among our customers that deal with alternative payment methods, card processing. We have a couple also of gambling merchants who operate in different markets under different licenses, and we also have gambling platforms as well. So in our platform, we can cover a number of different use cases, and we aim to be the #1 solution and basically the one-stop solution when it comes to covering your regulatory requirements. We can take care of the payment fraud issues, account fraud issues, hacked accounts, internal fraud. This is mostly interesting in the banking industry, but it also happens in other companies. I've personally seen it in one of the companies that I worked. We can take care of loyalty abuse and promotion abuse, and we also have clients who use us entirely for responsible gambling. Again, the idea of our system is that it's very data agnostic, and as long as we get the data, we can take care of different use cases. We can also align to our customers' data structure and our customers' way of work and internal hierarchy. And this is what makes us really flexible in terms of how we deal with our customers. Some of the pain points that we can solve is obviously account opening, registration, onboarding, logins. We can be used for risk-based payment method offering, or we have clients who use us for strong customer authentication and 3DS. We are used for transaction monitoring, load balancing, transaction routing, all sorts of different use cases that our platform is able to cover. Thank you.
Completed with 10 seconds to go. Judges, questions, questions, questions. Where should we start? David Black.
Yeah, again, thanks for the presentation. As far as I can tell, you're just about 4.5 years old, is that right? So,
actually, we were founded in 2016.
So, you're about 4 years old. Have you raised money so far? And have you got customers? So, is it sales versus revenue raise or capital raise at this stage?
We haven't raised any external money. It's all self-funded. We are profitable. Yeah, we have paying customers. Those are just a few of our customers, not all of them. And yeah, we're yeah.
Second question, Robert Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite easy to follow up then. How much money do you make?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
How much money are you making?
We are close to a €500,000 profit this year, but that's after all expenses are covered and everything. Otherwise, we're a little less than €2 million in total turnover. In terms of transactions, we process more than 2 billion transactions a year through our system.
Mark Blanford.
I'm just interested in the data that you're using, and again, how GDPR friendly that is.
It is GDPR friendly. We're fully GDPR compliant. I mean, we work with all regulated businesses, so there is no way around this for us. And yeah, all our contracts are made in a way so that they take care of the GDPR requirements.
And just to complete, Tim Heath.
Sorry, what's your typical monthly cost or cost to a client, and how many clients do you have?
Right now we have a little over 20 clients, but we are closing a couple more deals by the end of the year. And for the actual cost, I'll have to double check. I can tell you that for salaries, for example, we are paying something like 50,000 euros a month. And then we have close to 15,000 euros for the servers. But the servers are actually, our system is available both on premises and software as a service. So this is just the software as a service cost. The on-premises cost is shifted onto our clients.
We might have time for a final one from Mark.
Yeah, I'm interested in the scalability, really. So do you have some kind of central data warehouse where you're producing the outputs for your clients? And are you then having to customize those outputs per industry vertical or even per client?
Right. So we do have a central warehouse where our servers are located. It's in Frankfurt in Germany. And we can customize our system for different clients and different licenses that those clients have.
Thank you very much. That completes startup number 6. Now then, will it be lucky number 7 for the racing stars up on the stage? Let's have a loud round of applause for them, please.
Hey guys, we're Racing Stars. We're a brand new B2B pools betting platform that is just about to go live. Responsible gambling is our core value, and we'll be offering multiple sports to multiple territories. The platform is built, we have a patent pending, the license is granted, the team is in place, and we have a funnel full of global media partners. Now we take this potentially game-changing product to the global market. You see, here's the current problem. Responsible gambling is fundamentally flawed. Don't provide a tool to prevent as an existing problem. Build a model that doesn't allow the problem to develop at all. Secondly, there's a lack of innovation. Since bet builders, where is the sustainable innovation within the industry? And number 3, there's a disconnected audience. You log in, you place a bet, you log back out. No, build a model that is engaging and appealing to media partners. Our co-founder has years of experience within the industry. Through the demise of the totem pool, he realized the accumulator system was fundamentally flawed. If one selection loses, that's it, you're out. You either have to chase your losses or you have no further interest in the day's racing. That's how Racing Stars was born, to take that disconnected audience and solve the problem. There's a real gap between traditional sportsbooks and free-to-play games. What we've created is a bridge between the two. We're allowing people to have the fun and engagement of free-to-play games, but with a controlled stake. We believe we're the very first platform that's been built with responsible gambling as its core value. That's our difference, and it's a difference that's needed within the industry. The algorithm we've created and have a patent pending on helps convert odds to points. This just results in unrivaled gamification and player engagement. This way you're always in with a chance of winning right up to the last race of the day, even if your first selections lose. It's all-day entertainment. The algorithm changes the whole way consumers interact with pools betting. But a unique product isn't enough. We need an outstanding business plan and growth plan to go with this. Our business plan focuses on B2B, where we already have years of experience. This, for us, helps reduce our customer acquisition cost whilst increasing our retention and brand recognition. For our partners, it allows them to have a direct revenue share and also increases their impressions, ad sales, and SEO on their site. In year 1, we'll deliver 1.4 million in revenue through our 6 media partners, and the funding will be used to build the team, expand further licenses, and go into other sports. In year 2, we'll need Series A funding to further expand this. So what does this mean for our investors? We have a unique... just that.
You, the end. Well done. Racing Stars. Anthony Hennessy, the punter, he must have a question.
Thanks for the presentation, Adam. Just you briefly touched upon jurisdictions, like say what markets and what races are you is this going across? What like say is it only with the PHI? Is it only in UK? Is it in Ireland? Are you looking at Happy Valley? Anything like that?
Yeah, so it's in the UK at the start, horse racing, and with the partners we have in our funnel, that's what we'll start with, horse racing, and we'll move on to other sports and become their pool betting partners, moving on to the other sports that they'd want us to create the software for.
Robert Anderson?
Yeah, all right. You mentioned you had a slide that listed 3 main problems that you wanted to solve. I'm quite yet to figure out how you solved all 3 of them, but you mentioned the flawed gaming regulations, right? And I see that you want to limit stakes. There's been a fair few tries with limiting stakes before you. Why will this succeed?
Yeah, so in terms of the responsible gambling element, what we're offering at the start is we have 1 event per day, and it's a tokenized system, so a user will come onto the site and exchange £5 for 5 tokens. 5 tokens would give them 5 days full play. We will then eventually be opened up to multiple events in each day and then cross over into other sports as well.
Cheltenham Festival winning owner, Mark Blandford, any thoughts on Racing Stars?
I like the softer proposition, but to turn it into a question really about your marketing strategy, can you give us a little bit more of an insight into how you're going to recruit the customers and any assumptions you've made on cost per acquisition and lifetime values?
Yeah, so the route to market through the B2B, so we have 3 models. We have a B2B white label version with customers who want it to be completely their own, which we can integrate into their site with the API. We have a B2B where it is dual branded as well, which gives us good brand recognition. And then we have B2C, which is effectively a marketing tool for us.
Got time for one more from, let's go with David.
Yeah.
We'll go with David.
Yeah, okay, thanks again for the presentation. So a couple of things came through. You mentioned unique on a couple of occasions there. So have you got any formalized intellectual property?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, sorry.
Do you have any formalized intellectual property?
So we have copyrights and a patent pending on the system, which is a certain algorithm which converts the points. So it's an algorithm we've created.
Anybody got a quick one?
It's not a quick one, but I'll try. It's B2B and B2C. How do you handle network reconciliation after a pool that one person wins? How are you handling all that money movement?
Hello? Oh. Sorry.
I should give you a chance to answer that one, really, if you've got a short answer.
Yeah, so it would be... sorry, what was the question?
No, we'll skip it now. Racing Stars, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7. Well done. 3 to go. Number 8 is the Gamecast group. Please welcome them to the stage for presentation startup number 8.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabriele. I am Italian, based in London, and my company is Gamecast. Gamecast was born by the backbone over decades of experience in the gaming industry, in the entertainment and broadcasting, to create a true and authentic omnichannel experience. Our journey started with the introduction of the advertising ban in Italy, in the Italian market. Overnight, many of you already know, around 60 million worth in advertising investments from the iGaming players went frozen. And for this reason, we have seen the majority of the players in the country chasing the only available opportunity, the only brand marketing opportunity to basically drive some sort of brand equity, but at the same moment, we have found a big issue there. there is no tangible, there are no tangible conversion touch points, and therefore, because they can't, and therefore there is also a big problem in terms of driving value to the real money products. For this reason, we have created a new ecosystem. This ecosystem is, oh sorry, my bad. Back. This ecosystem is mainly providing a real opportunity to engage with sports fans thanks to live streaming entertainment. We bring on screen the biggest football experts, football communities and talent, but mostly we offer the real opportunity to advertise through odds comparison service to interact with the customers, with our 500,000 audience which navigates and explore our infotainment content each month. But the biggest part of it, and this is why we are a true omnichannel experience, we offer entertainment every day to around 150,000 viewers who watch our product on TV. And finally, one last touch point around the role of live streaming. Live streaming as of today is so important, and especially for our community, considering we bring our customers through the full stages of awareness, consideration, and usage. And most of that, and finally, in conclusion, what I want to say is that we have built a safe environment that can be scaled across every jurisdiction, thanks to our big investments in media, in tech, and...
Thank you very much. That completes the presentation from the Gamecast group, or maybe doesn't quite complete it, but let's go to questions. Who haven't we heard of from for a while? Simon Collins?
Hi, yeah. Interested to know what kind of platforms are you using to get to your audience? How are you distributing this broadcast content? Is it on Facebook? Is it on Snapchat? What is it?
So our ecosystem is mainly a website. We own a huge online platform, and of course, with as I was mentioning, through the multi-channel, through the omni-channel activity, we broadcast in simulcast across Twitch, across Telegram, across Facebook, across web streaming, and on TV.
All of those platforms, what's the most successful? What gives you the most audience? Is it something like Twitch?
Sorry.
Which gives you the biggest audience? Is it Twitch, or what's the best?
So as I was mentioning, the biggest audience is on the web. We entertain around 500,000 users each month, but also the TV component is the other part that basically provides value, real value to solve an important issue. We want to establish the priorities in the market.
Who's next? Tim.
Sorry, the advertising ban doesn't stop you having this content on Twitch or the website?
Can you repeat the
The advertising ban in Italy, you can get around that using this channel?
I cannot hear, honestly. Unfortunately, I cannot hear. That's my... Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So basically, we generate infotainment betting content. So we have found a fluid and safe framework which can be adapted and adjusted across every single regulatory restrictions or advertising guidelines that you may have in Italy or in Spain or in Romania or in Bulgaria, for example.
Mark Blanford?
I'm interested in your business model. Is it an agency, an affiliate, B2B?
It's basically all of that, but mainly we work through hybrid deals because we provide because one of the biggest components for us is the mass market channel across TV. So we basically monetize the TV element, but as well as the direct performance channel. As I was mentioning, we really target live events. We generate a lot of urgency during the betting in play moment. And that's how the usage phase actually happens, either during the live streaming or right after it, because of our capabilities in repurposing SEO, the good value of SEO and content marketing.
Thank you very much indeed. The Gamecast group, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all.
Two to go. On stage now, please welcome the Ethical Ad Group for startup number 9.
So my name's James, I'm from the Ethical Ad Group, and I'm here to talk to you today about, advertising and digital targeting. So within the gaming industry and a lot of advertising industries, there's a huge focus and a lot of money spent on identifying target audiences and building out those target audiences. But within the gaming industry, and certainly when it comes to regulated environments, there's a lot more focus now on the responsible gaming. And this is often missed when it comes to advertising and targeting. So within, for example, the UK, if you're buying and spending a lot of money on targeting and ensuring that your ads are shown to 18 it's very, very costly. And you're spending money targeting essentially 80% of the population in the UK. Whereas if you flick that approach and you spend the money focusing on excluding an under 18 audience, you actually massively increase the efficiencies and reduce your data costs. It also opens up a much wider available audience to address and can massively reduce your media buying costs. We haven't ignored the target audiences, and we work with a number of data providers, and we also have our own data as well, that enables us to analyze and assess various operators' target audiences and go into a deep dive there to break it out and find new areas beyond the sort of casino and sports intent as well. And we've worked with a number of operators on that front. On top of that, we have also been working on better advertising and advertising that has a sort of ethical slant, but with an engagement aspect as well. So rather than skipping an ad on YouTube, you can sort of watch the full ad and a proportion of the ad spend can be donated to charity. Or, for example, with this example, you can nominate a charity and a proportion of the ad spend will be donated to it. And through working with a number of operators, we've demonstrated through head-to-head tests with existing media buyers that we can massively improve their performance when it comes to customer acquisition whilst offering greater compliance at no cost. And that's me.
Thank you very much. 14 seconds to spare from the Ethical Ad Group. Let's go straight to questions. Susan Breen.
Hi, thank you. Are you using this in the UK? Because I'm just trying to work out how the wide sweep of making sure there's no under 18s, no vulnerables, isn't already captured in operators and affiliates' obligations in the UK, for example, that they have to look at media selection, audience selection, that removes that category from mixed media, broadcast media, etc. What are you adding on top?
This is basically in the digital ad space predominantly, and currently it's done through contextual targeting. So obviously not serving ads when people are watching cartoons like Peppa Pig. But that doesn't prevent people seeing ads when they're watching different content, specifically sports content. So, for example, in the UK, ad recall for Heineken Guinness is far higher among children than basically brands that are actually aimed to them, because they often get exposed to them through different content that isn't necessarily categorized as for children or for adults.
Thank you.
Who's next? Tim, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm struggling. How do you know the age of someone in a cookie? Like when you're doing your programmatic, how do you know someone reading a website is under 18?
It's not 100% accurate, but it's based on their content interests. So if a device...
I'm on TikTok. Sorry? I'm on TikTok. That's when I'm under 18.
I mean, on TikTok, it's a walled environment, so it's very hard to do it there. I'm talking more about the sort of general internet space and publishing space. And essentially, for example, like you might be a family man, you might have a laptop or a iPad that's used by your children as well as yourself. If you're logged in as yourself, it will be identified as over 18 because of your background, your setup, your logins, all this sort of thing. But if you've been watching content or your children have been watching content and it's obviously children's content, then that device will then be flagged as a device that's likely to have children watching and then excluded from the advertising.
Definitely got time for one more. Let's go with Simon Collins.
Yes, I was having a big debate with Andreas Meinrad from BetVictor recently, and he believes it should be 24 plus. Can your technology facilitate a higher level of exclusion, or is it just 18?
I mean, that can be done, but obviously once you get to that age, it's a much more sort of grey area in terms of defining the age. So it's a little bit more difficult, but it can be optimized and worked towards that as well, certainly through a lot more algorithm-based activity.
Anyone got a quick one to finish up with? Robert?
Yeah, sure. How does your customer base look? How many customers do you have?
So I'm currently working with 5 operators and also some competitors of yours on the affiliate side as well.
Thank you very much to the Ethical Ad Group. Startup number 9. Our final startup this afternoon is charging to the stage to represent Charge.
Hello. Welcome. My name is Daniel. I'm the co-founder of Charge. Charge is a platform that helps gamers with their invoices and taxes. So mostly gamers nowadays are freelancers, which means they cannot send invoices or pay taxes. And even the pro players that are in an organization are not employed by the organization, which is kind of a hassle when they want to pay the taxes. So we used to work for the world's largest esports company, and we were paying out approximately 10 million euro every year to content creators, mostly YouTubers, of all sizes. And even how many guides we sent them, or guidelines, or tried to educate them, it was always problems. We always also noticed that they started to get younger, and they started to earn more and more money. And well, when you have like a 14, 15-year-old person, and they have no basic knowledge about this, they don't even know what an invoice is, what a VAT number is, and how to pay taxes. And well, to not pay taxes is kind of serious crime in most countries. So our solution was the Charge platform that automates all this. And we're also having Twitch donations as the only company in the world. So if you're a Twitch streamer, you can connect your Twitch to our platform, and all the donations go through us and back to your bank account, taxed and ready. And that's the main income for most Twitch streamers. And we're also doing gamification on the site, which makes this kind of boring admin work a little bit more fun for the users. And we have kind of unique perks, so they feel more exclusive. For example, free products and VIP tickets to a cool gaming event. For example, CS or anything like that. And we also have, it's a scalable and open for third-party solutions, which is kind of important with gamers because they have many different revenue streams. For example, they have Twitch, they have YouTube, they have Patreon, they have PayPal with donations. So they can log in to Charge, they can connect all their applications, and then they gather all of these on one place at Charge. And one big thing is also our B2B solution, that is mass payments with just one invoice. So for example, if you are an online tournament organizer and you have 50 winners in your tournament with small prize money, like 20 euro, 50 euro, so instead of you doing all this job, you just use Charge, we send you one invoice, and then we handle the rest. Saves them a lot of time and headache. And well, then we have why we should win. Well, we should win here today. Okay, we already proven that our business model works. We're up and running in Sweden. We have revenue. We know everything almost about gaming, but now we need you, or you maybe, to scale this.
Thank you very much, Charge, our final startup of the afternoon. Now then, I'll ask 3 minutes of questions. Where are we going to go first? Let's go to David Black.
Yeah, thanks again for the presentation. So the word came up in one of your slides was scalability. So is the limiting factor here the number of gamers that earn money? And if so, how quickly can that...
Sorry, can you take that again? Sorry, can you take that again? I didn't hear.
It's a question about scalability. So is the limiting factor of your business model the number of gamers who earn money and therefore...
Well, it's not only the gamers you see in front of the camera, it's all the gamers in the ecosystem. It can be a designer at events, you have event managers, you have player managers. Like it's not only the pro players that you see, so YouTubers, streamers, like everyone in the ecosystem that is interested. Wasn't that your question? Sorry.
Marcel, question?
Yeah, I see the value in such a service. Where do you believe it adds value to focus on such a small market like gaming for such a service? Why can it not be addressing a wider area of freelancers?
Well, because the business model itself is proven to work in other businesses. So there exist similar companies, but not that are specialized. And as I said, like we used to work for the world's biggest esports company, and we see how much money that is flowing. And well, we think it is enough to just be on this market. And when we stabilize here, then okay, we can niche out to maybe more markets that is similar. But this is also our niche right now.
How much do you charge?
We take 5% of every transaction.
5%, yeah?
5%. And we also, our next step is factoring or express payments, because this tournament, they take like 90 days sometimes to pay out prize money. And these guys, young people, they just want the money instantly. So we can easily charge 5% extra for that. So that's our next step.
Anthony?
Just one thing that I noticed, like a lot of people are pitching here, and like there's a big cash prize here. How do you want to grow? What would you do with this prize?
Sorry, what did you say?
How would you grow? If you were to win today, how would you grow? What would you invest in? How would you grow bigger?
How would you draw bigger?
What would you...
I missed the last slide because I was a little bit too slow, you know. But no, we're proving this in Sweden. We're going to launch in the whole Nordics in the end of this year. And then we're going to launch one big region just after that, England or Germany. We have already started our launch in England a little bit. But it's a lot of work to handle taxes with legislation and stuff. But when we are there, it's going to go.
George, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that completes our lineup of 10 startups. It ain't easy when you work, live and die for a project and have to come up and present in front of a room full of strangers and then be challenged by our judges like that. It's a very harrowing experience indeed. So let's have a big hand for all our 10 startups, please. Let's get straight to the point. The winner of SiGMA Pitch 2021 is pitch number 7, Racing Stars. There seems to be a few of the Racing Stars boys in the room tonight, this afternoon, so let's welcome them all to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attendance this afternoon. Another round of applause for our 2021 SiGMA Pitch winner, Racing Stars.